Guys, what's going on? It's me, Elijah Lee, and since that list video that I did so well, I decided to do another one. So, it's no secret, I'm a huge geek. In fact, when I was a boy, I used to read up on as much tech and video game related news and facts as I could. So with that in mind, I compiled a short list of 10 interesting tech facts you may or may not know. So, without further ado, and in no particular order, here are 10 interesting tech facts you might not know, or maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know you. And coming in at number 10 is Infodot CERN hypertext /www/theproject.html was actually the first ever website. Not only was it the first ever website, it's actually still active today. And they even have an option on there where if you click a button, you can see what the first website looked like back in the day. So it's like a little time machine right on your computer without the flux capacitor. And number 9, we've all seen CAPTCHA codes before, but did you know that CAPTCHA stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to tell computers and humans apart? Yeah, so imagine Blade Runner, but a lot less interesting. Number 8, in 1999, PayPal was voted worst business idea. And we all know how that story goes. But before you go off thinking that your failing startup is going to do well because PayPal was once considered a bad idea, there's something else you have to consider. At the time, PayPal kind of was a bad idea. Their whole business model was that you would be able to send money to people who had Palm Pilots, which there's an argument that they were actually ahead of their time because things like Apple Pay and Google Pay are available now. But you also have to understand that Palm Pilots were not widely used back in 1999. Not a lot of people saw the point of them. It's not like today where everyone you know either has an Android or an Apple smartphone. It wasn't until PayPal changed their business model up and switched to email. Being able to send money via email made a lot more sense because emails were a lot more common. And then they offered new signups $10 just for signing up. So they went from a bad idea to a good idea, but only after they completely changed up their business model. Number 7, Motorola has developed an edible password pill. It's actually activated by acids in your stomach, and it emits a signal that's strong enough to unlock all your devices. I hate this idea. I hate it. Like, I can barely remember to take pills when I'm sick, like actual antibiotics, and that's to save my life. I don't think I'm ever gonna remember to take my daily password pill. Number 6, you can test for HIV with a smartphone.
Utilizing nanotech, microchips, a cell phone, and a 2D printed phone attachment, researchers from the Brigham and Women's Hospital created a platform that can detect the RNA acids of the HIV virus from a single drop of blood within 10 seconds.
Early detection of HIV is crucial to saving lives. But current systems are hard to get and they're expensive, especially if you live in a developing third world country. However, this system would only be available for $5 and it's small enough that medical personnel can carry it around in their pocket. Now, early detection of HIV can actually increase life expectancy up to 10 years. So it's a really cool little invention, and I think you guys should check it out if you haven't already heard of it. Number 5. The name Google is derived from the math term Google, which is 1 with 100 zeros. Speaking of Google, number 4. Yahoo stands for yet another hierarchical, officious oracle. But actually, it's not an acronym, it's a backronym, because they came up with the name Yahoo, and then they figured out what Yahoo would stand for. Number 3. The first computer mouse was made out of wood. It was created by Doug Engelbart around 1964, and it looked kind of weird. Makes me really happy for the mice. Mouses? Isn't that weird? Like, the plural for computer mouse is just mouses instead of mice. I feel like they should just call it computer mice. I think I do call it computer mice. I don't care if it's wrong. The other saying mouses sounds wrong. Just I don't like it. I don't. Number 2. WinVer 1.4 was the first virus to hit Windows computers. Though it was the first computer virus to hit a Windows system, it wasn't actually the first ever computer virus. Actually, the computer virus has kind of a long history. I kind of want to do a video just on computer viruses, because like the concepts and ideas for them, like if I'm not mistaken, predate like the 70s. I'm not saying that they were like actual computer viruses back then. I just mean like the actual concept and idea of a self-replicating program. Like they had ideas for it all the way back then, and it just kind of progressed into the malware that we have today. Number 1. The first email was sent in 1965. Okay. Let me explain. The first host-based emails were sent in the 1960s. It was a messaging system where you could leave a note on someone's computer by adding said message to a local file system called Mailbox. The first email sent over a remote site was in 1971. Now, if you prefer to think that the first official email was sent in 1971, that's fine. But technically, the first local host email was sent in 1965, and it was using a program called Mailbox. So, at least in my mind, if someone says, what was the first email that was sent, I would say it was in 1965. But that's just me. We have a pretty good record keeping history of technological advancements, but there's still room for these debates, like what technically is an email? Which one counts as an email? So, knowing the information that I just gave you about the first localhost email and the first email sent in 1971 over a remote site, which one would you consider to be the first ever email? The one in 1965 or the one in 1971? Comment below. All right, guys, that's all. That's it for me. I think today was kind of a shorter video. I don't know because I haven't edited the video yet, but hopefully it will be. All these tech facts and more can actually be found on our social media, on our Instagram, our Twitter, Facebook, all that blah, blah, blah. So if you want to check it out, you can. You don't have to. It's your life. You're free to do whatever. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.